Namaste. Welcome and greetings. I am Magick. It's gonna stop a virus. No. This
got y'all listening now. Some witchcraft for that ass. Too late to turn away. Abracadabra and all that good shit. Yo. Hocus pocus, got you focused on my rhyme. Simply easy, now I'm eating couch potatoes, I recline. No, I'm joking as I'm toking power puffs and pokey-yokes. Till my town and villa filled with ganja smoke, you know the dope. Coming out my pipes, talking about the bones in my throat. With the mic, I'm casting curses every night, you know the scope. Got my spells handy. You may call it the phone, but when I'm done reciting, you'll give me the keys to the throne. Then I take my keys to go home. Didn't say I was done. While rush to end it all, it feels amazing to have won. I'm not planning to ball, but why not take the chance to stunt? No, I don't need it all. Can think the thing I don't want. Do I worship the sun? Or sold my soul for the tongue? Or dead since I was young? Or got some voodoo done?
Namaste, namastizzle, peace, blessings. Shalom. Greetings. What's up, people? I hope that y'all are having a great day and that you are well and warm. When I say warm is because I think something's coming. The warnings that they gave us before 5 years ago, 6 years ago, now 6 years. The warnings that they gave us then, they're doing it again. Now, I've been trying to tell people to pay attention because they say, you know, we're keeping a watch on this, but sleet, freeze, and rain. When we had an ice storm 5 years ago. It was 5 years ago, and so we lost power most of Texas. Remember. If y'all remember me telling you, if you were here back then, we were surrounded in all directions with ice. We had no power for 4 days. It looks like that's coming again. I'm not for certain, but it kind of just, the feel is the same. The weather here has gotten cold again. You know, that's normal for this time of year in Texas, but we shall see. It's going to start on Friday and then Saturday and Sunday as well. Only difference being 5 years ago, it started on a Sunday night. All right. What's up, Tosh? Speaking of weather, how are you, Tosh? What's the weather like in Chi-Town? Peace and love, Brandon L. Bay, or I'm not sure how to say the first name. Is it Yishai? Peace and love, though. Empress KK, shalom. What's up, Nikki? Nikki, I just finished watching the one that you just sent me, and not Dance Fever, even though that was great, but the okay, maybe I got it wrong. Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I get you and Katrina mixed up because y'all both send me. No, it was you. Nikki, it was you. All right. So let me play this because I think it is so relevant and it's a great message. Peace to everybody else coming into the room. Peace. What's up? Ultra Instinct. How are you, my brother? 40s in South Florida. See, yeah. It's cold in Chicago. Yeah, it's coming. I think something's coming again, y'all. So be prepared like last time. You know what I mean? Be prepared. Like the Boy Scouts say, always be prepared. Love this message here.
We are starting to see a generation become what it is that they watch. And the algorithm on all social media accounts is more willing to show you a K-flop before they're willing to show you a version of me. Because one thing that the system don't benefit from is for us as young black men to learn how to critically think. How did a race that once used to be killed in pursuit of learning how to read and become literate stop doing so? But now I'm noticing my young men, they aspire to be YouTubers and streamers. If left to the narratives in mainstream media, you will be made to feel as if you can't be black and a scholar too. They only put trainers as athletes and entertainers, as if the only forms of contribution we make to the world is being a source of entertainment. And then what's worse is that these narratives that we've seen on mainstream media is having real adverse effects. I'm gonna use Howard University for an example. They said that 19% of Howard University demographic, student demographic, is young black men, which means that there's more non-young black men is attending a historically black college than young black men. And I have a problem with that. Because what is it that's making us feel as if we are intellectually inferior? Because I'm also noticing that there's a silencing of our scholars. What do I mean? When I was in Syracuse, I noticed the trend that was happening. I'm like, yo, why I don't ever see Louis Farrakhan? I don't see Angela Davis. So I'm wondering what happened to my scholars. Because when I look at my history, that's who I look up to. Do y'all understand what I mean? There's some people that have never talked to a black person in their life. And the only references of how we exist is our entertainers. Then I went to speak out of school and I told a young man, why you call me a YN? Why not call me a young king, young god? He said, nah, that's crazy. I said, so wait, you find it you are more comfortable reaffirming me and being a young Negro than in being a young dog. And I said, who conditioned us to feel that way? Because there's no way we could build a village where the youth don't respect their elders are scared of their children. But another thing I noticed that I did wrong is that I assume that you all should know what it is that I have been taught. What do I mean? When I first came to speak in February, one of the young men came to speak and he said it was his first time wearing a suit. That's the reality. I forgot that part. Then I'm assuming you all should know what it is that I have been taught. So now I have to teach. As young black men, I need all y'all to always have at least one black suit. I'm to understand.
Deep message. Okay, old message, but deep. You know, it's cold. It's colder than a polar bear's toenail here. Not even 20 degrees. God damn. Sheesh. Yes, I have a full bottle colloidal silver. Peace, Portia. Hey, how are you, my friend? How you doing? Peace, Chikezi. Hey, peace, D. Peace, Mooney. Everybody showing up today. I love that. What's going on, people? What's up? Yeah, so I think there may be like a winter storm coming, you know, and it's lining up with all the events, the external events that's going on. I saw something today that made me want to do this particular live. And I hope I don't put myself up there with the greats like Azazel Bay, of course, Bobby Hemmett, or nothing like that. I don't see myself like that. All right. I also hope that I'm seen differently than any YouTuber or master teacher or scholar or lecturer or anything like that as well. Because I saw a post today that put Bobby and Panic in the same vein as brothers who full of shit. I kind of saw what they were saying when they were saying that, but it goes in line with take what you need from whoever it is and discard the rest. All right. I'm just a man who has studied the art of the occult, the actual art of magic, and are just hoping to share that information with y'all. I don't make a lot of money from doing this. You know what I mean? I'm not out to try to hustle anybody by my products. All right. I have multiple streams of income, yes, but I've been doing this. I've been in business over 13 years now. You know what I'm saying? But that's not why I do this particular thing. You know what I mean? I hope that I'm seen as somebody who really is trying to share what I've experienced. See what I mean? I'm not looking for views. I'm not looking for a bunch of followers. And I'm definitely not looking to create a cult or a religion. Matter of fact, it's the exact opposite. Right? I'm trying to get people to realize their innate power, the power that's within themselves, and bring that out to better their lives for themselves and for their future generations. Okay? That's why I do that. And it's a genuine interest of mine. I'm a Virgo, so it is from the heart. So I don't want to ever be seen as somebody who's full of shit or is in this for money. I don't even know where that would come from. You know what I'm saying? You know, but really is someone who's actually experienced for almost 30 years how magic, what they call magic, can actually improve your life, to actually take control of your life and your destiny. You see what I'm saying? So I don't ever want to be put in a vein. That's why I kind of separate myself from the occult, the so-called conscious community and the occult community. I try to separate myself from that completely. I don't associate with anybody. I the most you'll see me associate with Ani Osaru and Michael Bell. You see what I'm saying? People like that. Eileen Bay. People I've had on the show. Denise Alvarado. Okay. Not someone who has a couple thousand followers and who's just got a cult following. That's not me. And I don't ever want to be looked at like that. So let me get that out the way. So I hope I am different. I'm seen differently. All right. It felt like I needed to say that after seeing that post today. Astrology villain, what's going on? Definitely messing with the weather. I had a nosebleed. Oh, I used to have those a lot when I was younger. I used to bleed from my nose like every night. So what I would do, what they had me do is tilt my nose backwards and pinch my nose. And that usually, cleared it up. Oh, thank you, Empress KK. I appreciate that. Journey to Bliss. Hey, how are you? How you doing? You will get your flowers from me. You make me want to learn to spread what I learned to them. Thank you. That's exactly what my goal is. Excuse me. Take what you need and move on. Use what works for you. Exactly. But what the post was saying, though, is that people worshipped Bobby. They worship Panic. You see what I'm saying? Setting up altars for them. Now, y'all see me talk about Azazel Bay a lot is because I admired him and I thought he was one of the best occult teachers I've ever seen. And the products that he had on the site was just absolutely amazing. And anyone who is looking to get into the occult, really get into it, should look into his lectures. But you won't ever see me having an altar up for him like that. You know what I mean? I may talk about him, yes, because I'd like to give him his flowers, and I don't think he got enough flowers while he was still here. All right. I don't worship the man. I love his teachings and what he had to say. He was very different. And I believe that's why a lot of people don't know about him. Okay. That's the weirdos. Don't worry about that, Magic. I rock with who put in the work and have been in this over 15 years. Appreciate that, Nikki. You're one of the few who are truly genuine. I appreciate that. There are too many who are only in it for the money and the fame. Exactly. That is exactly my point. I don't worry about fame at all. Okay. I still believe in my heart that we are constantly under attack as far as melanin dominant people or copper colored people, and that this, our spiritual side, what is innately ours, is what will save us and get us out of these conditions if we would just wake the fuck up. See what I'm saying? See you as an authentic and caring. You're doing it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. With results. Yes. And both of those teachers specifically said, do not worship me. Exactly. Exactly. The only reason I said their names was because that's who the post directed it to. And they were saying like what has actually worked that they put out, and you're supposed to get these superpowers. And I'm like, wow, did people really see them like that? See Bobby like that? I didn't know that people saw Bobby like that, but goddamn, like seriously? Anyway, I finished. For those of y'all who were here last week or the last live, I finished. What's the name of it? I didn't forgot the name of it that quick. I just watched it last night. One battle after another. Finally finished it. First, because I don't think he's in here right now, but William West begged me, literally, begged me to watch The Creator with Denzel Washington's son. We watched that Friday on our wing night. Friday or Saturday. I think it was Friday. No, it might have been Saturday. But anyway, we watched that night, and it was all right movie. It was okay. You know, it amazes me that Denzel Washington's son sounds exactly like him, but he doesn't look like him. Not to me. He doesn't look like him. He sounds exactly like him. If you close your eyes and listen to him speak, he sounds exactly like his father. I'm like, damn, our son don't sound nothing like me. You know, I'm like, how has he passed down his voice and shit? You know what I mean? But one battle after another, one battle after another. With Tiana Taylor. Regina Hall was in this too. I can see why people said it was a bad movie. I can see exactly why. I'm not going to go too deep into this movie, but the subliminals are still there. There's nothing, absolutely nothing has changed as far as them destroying our images. It's particularly Black women. My goodness. And it's so much I can say about this movie, but I'm going to leave it alone. I really am. Think about having all your work on YouTube is that it's out of sequence. Both their messages changed as the years passed as they continue studying. That's why we all have to do the work. Oh, absolutely. That was one of the reasons, Nikki, I'm glad you said that. That was one of the reasons I never wanted to have a whole bunch of videos. Because every time I mention an older video of mine, people, my current audience don't know what I'm talking about. It's because it's gotten buried. You know what I mean? Because now over 600 videos now over the course of 12 years, I think. You know what I mean? What's this say? I have great discernment. I have never been wrong about anyone, even as a little kid. My mom would say, if I say something wrong with someone, it is, but you are definitely the truth. Thank you so much. I humbly say thank you for that. I appreciate that. Here's something I said a long time ago.
Like, you got to understand something because
hold on.
They did a study.
Hold on. I ain't got the right mark yet. Give me just a second. I'm talking. Y'all words humble me. I promise you it does. All right. Check out what I said right here. Look how short my hair is.
I've said on one of my videos before is that the master has failed more times than the beginner has ever tried. I thought I had a potential student not that long ago. She quit. She got mad because her spell didn't work. I'm like, well, did you see why it didn't work? Did you write down what exactly you did and then try it again? She was like, no, I'm in a bad mood. I'll talk to you later. And then I've never heard from her again. I'm like, you got to understand something. People who study the occult study for years, and I've said this before, the people who were in the ancient mystery systems of Egypt, they studied for years. Scientists studied for years. Doctors studied for years. Lawyers studied for years. You are not going to have success right off the bat like that. It's foolish to think so. Stop it. Stop being so impatient. That's how society has gotten us as a whole these days. We want everything like that. It's not going to happen like that. Now, let me tell you a story. My very first spell was successful. But what it made me realize is how magic worked, period. It was a spell that had me take a green candle. It was a very simple Wicca spell.
and this was in 1996 or 97. I had to take a green can, and I had to take 10 silver dimes and place them in a circle around the candle. I had to say a chant, and then I had to like concentrate on the candle's flame. Now that month, we got an excess of money that was already coming to us, but we didn't expect to get it. It wasn't a guarantee we were going to get it. So, excuse me. What it did was move it in our favor, and that made me understand energy and magic and how it worked as a whole.
All right. This particular 10 years ago, that's what it says. 10 years ago is when I said that, right? The example I was giving was this woman actually acted like she wanted to be my student. She wanted to come here to the States to visit me because she's in Canada. And I gave her a spell to do for this man she wanted. She did the spell, and 15 minutes later called the guy. After she did the spell, she did 15 minutes. The guy blocked her from ever contacting her. That's why she was so pissed off. I never heard from this woman ever again. You know what I mean? That's what you call, that's the epitome of impatience. 15 fucking minutes after she completed the spell, she called the guy. And I was like, okay. So I really think that she was just pretending to want to learn from me just so she can get that one spell. And it didn't work. So be it. I could only watch for 30 minutes. I had to turn it off because it was too much. Hey, check this out, Mooney. The first night that I was going to watch it, I only watched 10 minutes of it. I was like, I don't think I want to watch this. And then something told me, go ahead and finish it. So I finished it yesterday. And I was like, okay, I see why they say it was a bad movie. I see. I don't understand this. She was such a great actress in this shit. I think she was stereotypical like a motherfucker. The other sister name was Jungle Pussy. Like I said, they don't stop when it comes to this. They don't stop when it comes to destroying our images. They're going to continue to do it. And there you have it. Jungle Pussy and Tiana. As a matter of fact, she was overacting. She was the dynamic between her and Sean Penn, the zaddy thing. And I'm like, come on, man. Of course she got an award for that. Of course she did. Same reason Halle Berry got an award for Monsters Ball. Same reason Monique got an award for Precious. Same fucking shit. Nothing's changed. Nothing. Greetings, Lloyd. What's up, brother? Gratitude. What's up, Cosmic Chaos? How are you? Some people they do. They really, really do. And it amazes me that people still act this way. They still want instant results. Right. Still relevant today. Exactly. She had the wrong intention, so it backfired. And you know what? This woman was actually a dancer in Canada. Very attractive woman. You know, and that's the reason why I think she said she wanted to come visit me. Like, okay, you want to come to the States? That's fine. You ain't staying with me. I ain't paying for nothing. You know what I mean? I ain't asked you to come here. I can teach you from videos, you know. But I think this woman, I really think she was used to not being told no. I don't think anyone has ever really told her no. And this man didn't want her. She really wanted this guy really bad. So she decided to do the spell and it didn't work and it pissed her off. Okay. He blocked her every way that you could think of. And of course, my video goes out. All right, so give me a second here. We'll play something else while I get my camera back. All right, check this out.
There just might be something wrong with you. I can see if you fucked up your marriage, there might be something wrong with you. In a way that person who went to him, sometimes it is, but most times, well, I ain't gonna say most times, sometimes that person doesn't feel the same way that person who went to a magician to get that. I mean, you got to think about something. If you are at the point where you have to go to an occultist, there might be something wrong with you. There just might be something wrong with you. You know, I can see if you fucked up your marriage or you fucked up your relationship and you're trying to repair it. That's something totally different. But if you're obsessed with somebody, obsession does not equal love, doesn't equal lust. Lust does not equal obsession nor love. Sometimes you just want to fuck somebody. That's pretty easy. That's pretty easy. But if you ain't got no game for that either, maybe wash your ass, do something, put some cologne on, do something. You know what I mean? Most times love workings do require the person requesting the working to do something on their part. You can't expect the occultist to do everything. I know it sounds like that should be the deal, but no, you gotta do something. Sometimes some workings require you to do work. Just like if you go to get your car repaired, you have to maintain your car to not keep going to it, putting it in the shop. It's just common goddamn sense. You see what I'm saying? We talking about love workings today. They do work. I get it. I get it. Been there, done that. However, like I said before, just be honest with yourself. Why do you want this person? Why do they not want you in the first place? Why are they turning away from you? Okay. Why don't you have enough mouthpiece that you can get this person in the bed by speaking? See what I'm saying? Just be honest with yourself. Be honest with the worker too. Because we normally do not find these things out until later, until we've already started working. Which isn't fair to us. Because we may have to put in extra energy somewhere else. I get a lot of liars. A lot. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the reasons we don't, we fail as melanated people. We don't want to support our own people. This is a tangible resource for you. We don't offer these just because we can't get results. That's not it. We can get results only if you're open and honest about everything. I had to tell one client, I said, just be honest with me. He said, yeah, I really love this girl, blah, blah, blah. I said, no, you don't. After he told me, I said, you don't love this girl. You want to fuck her, period. And then he laughed and he said, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I know I was right.
I remember that. Oh, wow. So yeah, camera's acting up, of course. As soon as I get on the roll. Anyway. Door paused like a mug. Yeah, that movie, it bombed at the box office. So like I was just saying on that old video, because you can see an Eye of Horus behind me, I still get people who lie to me a lot, and I find that so weird that you lie to an actual magician, an actual occultist. I'm going to find out one way or the other. If I don't find out immediately, sometimes I'm just going to play along. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So it is what it is. This their shit. Yep. I've never did a spell that didn't have some type of result, but at least give it 3 days. Dang. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? 15 minutes. I thought that shit was so ridiculous. I was like, okay, you thought it was gonna work that fast, and you're a beginner. All right, okay. Yeah, that probably happened too. She's probably toxic. Like I said, this woman's very attractive. She was a dancer or slash stripper, and I just don't think she was used to people saying no to her. What's up, Sharon? What's up, Green Eye Crow? What's going on? We got some other. Let's see. We got some other, and right along with me talking about Tiana Taylor giving herself to the white boy. I mean, y'all know this story already. The day that sisters decide to stop showing themselves and their bodies all willy-nilly, it's going to be a glorious day, to be quite honest. You know, these celebrities are not helping, and they're not supposed to. Okay. I got this sent to me by Katrina. Katrina sent this to me, and I'm like, it just continues with the celebrities. You see what I mean? Look at this. She might as well be just butt naked. You know what I mean? She might as well be just butt fucking naked. Look at that. Y'all see that? Zoom in, fellas. Tell me what you see. Yeah. So there's that. Exactly, Moni. What the fuck? Exactly. You know, it just none of this, none of it just continues. Nothing I've said has changed. This is all old now, and it's just like they continue, but they know the effects. Like the guy said, like the young brother said in the video I showed earlier, that they go off what they see. And so that's why these celebrities are here. And this is why these celebrities wear all this hair. This is why they do ratchet behavior. This is why Love and Hip Hop exists. This is why the real those so-called reality shows exist. That's the reason. You know what I mean? That's the reason. So it is what it fucking is. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy. And then you got niggas fighting on lives or broadcasts, because now you got Corey Holcomb with whoever this other guy is. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see where Corey Holcomb almost gets into a fight with this other guy? Because the other guy suggested that he was gay or something, or they sucked penis or something. And this is viral. Now, this is the shit that goes viral. You know what I mean? This is the shit that goes viral. So, say it looks cold. Okay. Looks cold. All right. Yeah. You know, looks cold. Whew. Jesus Christ, man. Just here's another one from, this is on Facebook. Here's another one. Important message here.
Understanding how the CIA works and how the crack cocaine epidemic actually started. If you don't know how the private prison for profit pipeline works and how many black people they are literally still working as slaves to this day, and that corporations like McDonald's and Starbucks and Verizon are profiting off of slave labor in our prison system today, paying prisoners cents per hour wages.
Yes.
That, like, if you don't understand those things, then you could think, oh my gosh, America is full of entrenched racism. But what it actually is it's deep state and corporate programs that are profiting to the tunes of billions of dollars off of literally smuggling crack cocaine into the black neighborhoods in LA in order to impoverish those black neighborhoods. They are running sexual blackmail operations in the black music industry with people like P. Diddy and promoting degenerate music in order to promote degenerate culture, in order to have gangster culture, thug culture, hoe culture, because that keeps this type of people in this lower vibrational thinking. It keeps them doing things that will lead the men to prison and lead the women to whatever the hell it's leading them to. And that is so profitable to them.
The goal was always to destroy us. And they try to do it in every way possible.
You hear it?
Through the streets, through the music, through each other. Through the music, in every way possible.
How many times have I said this? Every single way that you can think of to destroy us, they have done and continue to do. Every way possible.
Through the streets, through the music, through each other. And it baffles my mind to know the amount of people that don't know the real reason of why Black people, Hispanic people are in the state that we're in. Everywhere you turn around, we fill up the ghettos, we fill up the prisons, and it's not by coincidence. It was all a part of the plan. It was always a part of the strategy to keep us down, to keep us impoverished, to keep our minds in a low vibrational state to where we can't get up and fight like our ancestors did in the civil rights. They didn't want that anymore. So they decided to push all of this garbage into our minds, into our spirits, so that they will never have a civil rights era again. And it worked, and it's continuing to work because we keep on feeding into it.
Just like I've been saying, and you know, like that's why I say I hope that I'm different, you know. Although I'm trying to teach magic at the same time, there's a long game that they do. So the degenerate behavior that they promote, the degenerate music that these children go out and they emulate, it leads them to prison. And that continues these cycles. You see what I'm saying? It's a long game with them. It's never just like a short game with them. It's a long game because they're goals. You see what I mean? So it may sound like redundant to people, but it's still very, very fucking relevant. You know what I mean? It is relevant. So I try to come on here and try to say, hey, spirituality is the way to go. You know, the goal of all of us is, it should be to take your consciousness with you. What I mean by that, and I've said this before, if you've heard me say this before, I apologize, but the goal is to take your consciousness with you. You see what I mean? To go into other realms, all right? Not to go to some perceived heaven that the church is talking, but there are other realms, all right? Other vibrations. That's why I say vibrate higher. Like the sister just said, they want to keep you on a low vibration, okay? The last thing you want to do is reincarnate here and start this shit all over again. You know what I mean? You want to take your consciousness with you. And that's what spirituality and magic will take you if you take the time to learn it. Okay. I don't think all of us are gods and goddesses. I don't think that at all. Okay. We are gods and goddesses with potential. Okay. With potential. That Corey Holcomb thing was a ritual. I know the guy he got into it with. He is from Detroit. He hangs out in the underworld looking for his chance to sell his soul. He definitely is an agent. I don't even know that guy's name. What's his name? Here it is right here. And I get it is some shit a man should never say to another man, and that's one of them. That might be at the top of the list. So I understand why Corey got mad, but if you haven't seen the clip, here it is right here. Let's look at it.
Right now, you doing the easy shit. What you do, let me tell you what you do.
No,
See, ain't
homie,
nobody
let me tell you something,
ain't
homie.
nobody gonna tell you.
I don't
Ain't nobody
suck
gonna
dick.
tell you that. Yeah,
I don't
you do.
suck
Yeah,
dick.
you do.
So fix
You doing
that.
it right now.
I don't suck
You
dick,
doing
homie.
you doing it right now.
Homie, believe me when I tell you, I don't
Believe me
do
when
that.
I tell you.
I don't do that.
Listen.
So don't come at me with no dick sucking shit.
I'm gonna give you the same
Let's
energy
switch
you give me.
Let's switch seats.
Let's switch
Switch
seats.
seats.
I'm with it.
Homie, I don't do no dick sucking shit. I'm a motherfucking man. I don't do no dick sucking shit, homie.
I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Well, I tell you
right
what,
now.
watch that dick sucking shit, because that'll go bad.
Call it what you want.
I don't do no dick sucking,
you
homie.
say a lot of shit that I don't fuck with either. You
okay, but that gay shit, oh, you
I don't give a fuck about what you talking
hey, homie, I tell you what.
I'm right here.
Don't put no dick sucking shit. Don't put no dick sucking shit on me, nigga.
I'm from Detroit.
Say
right
I
now.
suck a dick again.
I'm right here, right now.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna respect you.
Dance around it. Dance around it.
No. I
don't do no dick sucking shit.
I'm gonna respect you because it's your platform, and I flew out here to have a conversation.
We good.
But you're not bossing up on me.
Yo,
we good. I did already. I don't do dick sucking
shit. We can put the microphone right down,
Yo.
right now, and go on back. I don't give a fuck about this shit.
Homie, you just running your mouth.
I'm not running my mouth.
You running your mouth. I don't do no
doing
dick
this shit
sucking
for the internet.
So that was that. I was like, okay. As a man, as a grown man, ain't no another grown man gonna get up in my face like that. You see what I mean? So, like Astrology Villain said, definitely a ritual. Somebody asked me what I thought about crystals before. Here's one that I keep near me all the time. Crystals are millions of years old. Crystals have been with us for a very, very long time. Okay. Millions of years old. So yes, incorporate them in your rituals. Carry them. Okay. Quartz crystal is the best. And I've seen it said that every crystal that exists is nothing more than a quartz crystal in a different form. Okay. Now, I'm still doing my research on that one. Okay. But yes, in Game of Thrones, the only thing that could kill these White Walkers was obsidian. I found that really, really interesting. Obsidian. Remember I said always the black ones. Obsidian, opal, onyx, jet, all those black ones absorb negative energy. So they call it dragon glass in the show. But I found that very interesting that that's the only thing that could kill the White Walkers in Game of Thrones. Peace, Wolverine. What's the deal, Titan? Yeah, Ninja Tree. I like that. What's up, Diana Nichols? Peace and blessings. What's the deal? Ninja Tree. I like that. All right. What else we got going on? Let's see. I don't think I've seen this one yet. Let's see. Like I said, it's over once sisters decide to not be showing themselves constantly. Because this is all I see. Here's another one. She might as well be naked. You know. Look at that. Might as well be that. I'm going to cut that short. Sisters, so much more than that, and they're going to continue targeting the sisters. You know, this is why they got these shows. This is why Tyler Perry exists, and he's as successful as he is. I see that the programming shows like sisters and the oval, and everybody got these long weaves on with the baby hair, and it's like, I'm not gonna put it all on sisters, but as soon as sisters decide enough is enough, then we will be a force to be reckoned with. You know what I mean? Exactly. No taste. Might as well be. Y'all are so much more than this. You're so much more than your bodies. Exactly. Obsidian is that shit. Yes. I don't know if the video's still going, by the way. I don't. It says birthday dinner. I think this woman might have passed. I was so excited to do your birthday dinner. You said, Ma, you don't have to be extra. She already knew how Mama was coming. We're going to have you another birthday dinner in your honor, my beautiful daughter, forever 27. So I'm assuming forever Zari. I'm assuming she's deceased. I'm not sure. I don't even know. Let's see. I'll do that on my own time. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I'm sorry I even showed y'all that one. All your survival equipment is in order? Yeah, because like I said, and that's another thing that got buried because it was 5 years ago when we had that Texas storm. I put out a video saying, so what did we learn? You know, giving suggestions on what you should be stocked up on, like sternos, candles, batteries, you know, things that you should already have. See what I mean? Let's see if I can find it here. It was 5 years ago. Yep. Texas winter storm 2021. I did this. Like I said, this is why I didn't want so many videos. Can y'all see that? I don't know why. Okay, there we go.
Namaste.
All right. Stay ready.
People are not prepared for that because people don't think that far ahead. They don't think that this government, when I say government, G-U-B-M-E-N-T, this government would do some shit like that to them. Forget the spiritual implications here. I'm not even going to say what I think happened, what I know happened, actually what I know happened. But it's not what the news is telling you. You know what I mean? But I was going as planned. It's all going according to plan. I tell you that. Let me go see what this notes here say.
So anyway, on that one, this was 4 years ago, it says 4 years ago. Didn't get a whole lot of views. It didn't. But I gave out a bunch of suggestions. Rice, beans, sternos, like I said, candles. Get you some MREs if you can. MREs are actually good. You know, things that you need to survive in case the power goes out, in case the grid goes down. And I still believe that that was a test run. But I think Texas surprised them with how everyone came together. Tragically, though, some people went to the extremes. I think this grandmother and her children passed away. They were trying to keep warm, and they burnt their furniture. She was burning furniture to keep them warm. So, you know, rest in peace to her. You know what I mean? But that wasn't the smartest thing to do either. You know what I mean? You can't burn your furniture and not expect fire. Fire is very unpredictable. You can't. There are other ways to keep them warm. All right. Make sure you have cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper, a quarter of a teaspoon in a warm glass of water will heat your ass up. I promise you this. It's also good for headaches. But there's other ways to keep warm. Okay. We can't that was my whole point in saying that. A nation can rise no higher than its woman. This is why they attack the sisters. This is why they are constantly programming the sisters. This is why. They know we can't get nowhere if these sisters will not wake up. This is why there's a Sexy Red and a Megan Thee Stallion and all these degenerate Ice Spices. This is why they exist. Okay. Back when I was coming up, Queen Latifah, Moni Love, MC Light, they were all about ladies first and class and respect and dignity. You see what I'm saying? Completely changed it. They completely changed that. Exactly what I just said. Yeah. Oh, that's the honeymoon outfit. Yeah. I know, right? The song. Yeah, Magic. Gratitude for you being a great father. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I try. My father died when I was 10. So I promised, I made a vow to myself as a teenager that if I had children, I would always be in their life, whether I was with their mother or not. I stuck to that. Peace, peace. There she is. There's Katrina. Okay. If you have time, the name of that video is called So What Did We Learn? All right. I'm not sure if y'all even remember this because it was 5 years ago. And that we are down to seconds now, as far as I'm not trying to insult anybody about the attention span. The average attention span for an adult is around 8 seconds now, you know, but that was 5 years ago. Okay. 5 years ago. There you go. UNITY. Exactly. Exactly. Queen Latifah was on that shit. That's a great thing to have, a generator. You know what I'm saying? Y'all lost power for 2 days. We lost power for 4 days. Okay. We had this thing where we were keeping all our electronics charged, played music. I was reading, you know, we was listening to music. We kept ourselves occupied as much as we could. You know what I mean? We cooked on our grill. So if you got a grill, that will work for cooking. We have a gas grill where we use propane. So we make sure our propane tanks are full. We was making coffee and, you know, we survived. We survived that 4 days. Okay. A lot of people didn't make it out. All right. But know how to survive in case or when the grid goes down. See what I mean? Another thing is that these celebrities all know what they're doing, and this is why they're rich. Oh, we have solar panels, Lloyd. We got solar panels. You know what I mean? Solar panels only make sense if you have a battery to go with it. Okay. In case the power goes out, you can go to your solar panel that brought the energy, the electricity in. Okay. What was I saying? The celebrities know what they're doing. We should know this. That's the only reason that they're famous. Don't think otherwise. Ain't none of them your friends. None of them. And they've tried to tell us so many times. Okay. And people just don't pay attention. So pay attention to this. Check this out, y'all. They've tried to tell us so many times.
Sodomites. We're here to talk about the end of the world.
And anybody who believes that I am a man, obviously is an idiot.
She's a man. He's lying. Shut up!
My mom said to me, you know, sweetheart, one day you should settle down and marry a rich man. I said, Mom, I am a rich man.
Give me those. You pricked my finger.
You're such a woman.
You were the woman.
No, I'm the man.
Who am I?
I'm a tranny. I'm a man.
What would surprise people about Jessica Alba?
I'm a man.
I don't know. I always feel silly. I guess men do going, as they say, in drag. But the history of theater shows that years ago in the Elizabethan times, I guess, all of the women's roles were played by men who put on women's clothes. So
And it looked great on you. You look great in red.
Raquel Welch is the last of the great Hollywood goddesses. Do you think you're sexy?
No. I don't find myself even the littlest bit sexy.
Really?
But I can pretend.
We're here to honor achievement in that category.
by giving you a golden idol to worship.
Kneel before your God, Babylon! I propose that we end the world, but on our terms. An orchestrated apocalypse. One that will cleanse the earth of its population but leave its infrastructure and resources intact. It's been done once before, with great success. And when it's over, we will emerge onto a cleansed earth, one that we can then reboot in our image.
And just how do you intend to achieve this?
The means of our salvation are already at hand. I give to you a T-virus.
Emma Watson, Beauty and the Beast! The first acting award in history that doesn't separate nominees based on their sex says something about how we perceive the human experience. This is very meaningful to me.
Total outrage after a Survivor contestant outs a rival as transgender. He's now apologizing for his inexcusable mistake.
Yeah, he's even calling it assault. But is the show to blame too? We're going straight to the men at the center of it all.
You have so much fake hair that if you commit a crime, the CSI lab would probably convict some Ukrainian girl.
I think that, there's no sense in coming to play Survivor quietly.
There is deception going on right here.
And she was like, yeah, I look like a boy with long hair. And I made a PowerPoint presentation for her. And in that presentation were androgynous rock stars.
With his vision and God-given talent, he is still one of the world's most respected and loved artists.
Is it him? Oh, a very good double. Well, that was the idea. That was the other part of it, that there was a guy who looked like you taking your place. No, well, this is him.
So do you and Kanye, fart in front of each other, or do you talk about farts? Do you fart in front of him? I don't fart. What are you talking about?
That kind of surgery can be done over the weekend.
Yeah. So there's so many instances of this. This video is only 10 minutes long. What I'm going to do, I think I'm going to put this in Patreon. All right. Because it's relevant if you pay attention. You know what I'm saying? The blonde in the beginning was the wife of Salvador. Oh, okay. I was wondering. Thanks, Lord. I did not know who that was. I really didn't. So appreciate that assist. I didn't know who that was. I appreciate that. But they know what they're doing, and they try, and so many they are outright with it, telling y'all what's what. How many times do they have to say I'm a man? There's too many of them that have done it. But anyway, they try to tell us, we didn't listen. But yeah, hopefully, like I said at the beginning of this broadcast, that I'm different. I really hope that I'm different, and y'all, made me feel good saying that I am. So I appreciate y'all. I really do. Let's see. Here's something about Anthony Anderson. Let's see what this is. This is something Katrina gave to me. I have not watched it yet, so let's see. What is this?
We gotta ask you, are you guys officially dating? Are you able to tell us anything?
She's my date for the evening.
You guys look amazing together.
Thank you, brother.
Y'all go way back, right?
We go back almost 20 years.
So how did this happen? We want to know.
Friends are always friends.
Friends are always friends?
Yeah.
Okay, I love it. Thank you,
brother,
guys.
have a good night, baby. Happy New Year to you. Thank you. I got you, brother.
Anthony and Roxy, how you guys?
Okay. All right. So that's that. All right. So yeah. Be aware, I'm not looking forward to whatever's coming. I'm not. The language from the news broadcasters is pretty much the same as it was 5 years ago. So we prepared last time. We actually prepared and got our stuff together. We got wood for our fireplace, sleeping bags. We completely prepared. I hope y'all are too. I'm not saying this to scare anybody. Just if you constantly stay prepared, if you constantly are staying ready, you'll never have to get ready. Okay? If you always be ready. And like Katrina said, these women are all industry pass-arounds. Absolutely. She's absolutely correct. Okay. It's a big club that you are not invited to. Okay. Y'all don't have nothing to do with it except look up to these celebrities, have your children watch them, and they are there to influence you. That is it. That's all. Okay. Thanks for joining me today. I hope, like I said, that I'm wrong about this coming weekend, but let's just stay ready anyway. Okay. And I see y'all back here Friday, the day that it's supposed to start here. I'm not sure when it's going to start everywhere else, but take it for what it's worth. All right. Appreciate each and every single one of you. Y'all make my day and y'all make this worthwhile doing. I really do mean that. Okay. I'm the one and only, the only one, Magick LaCroix, as I greet you in peace. As always, namaste. Peace, y'all.